in your game.
Yeah.
And they said on their website politely that the guy from Better Than Wolves didn't want his mod in the game.
And all the people who were fans of that freaked out on the Better Than Wolves guy, or what?
Yeah. Yeah. To the point where the Better Than Wolves guy, the first words you read on his mod now, do not ask me to ever have this mod in anything. I will say no. And I believe then it said, screw you guys. I think it's something like that.
That's awesome.
I mean, he's just some guy who didn't want his mod in that game.
Yeah,
and that's a legitimate reason. And
fans are a vengeful group. They're a very vengeful group.
And then the people of the Ogbox were very unhappy with their fans and yelled at them. And I laughed because I am not a fan of either of them. I'm a fan, but I mean,
you're just not a fanboy. Yeah. You're not part of their mob.
Not at all.
You don't carry a torch or a pitchfork.
Nope. What should we talk about next? We have a couple little random little stories we have left.
Did you find an actual article for the Nintendo one? I can briefly mention it at least. Nintendo made a pretty crazy move that I think was awesome, where they actually had the president of Nintendo take pay cuts, like salary cuts, so they could substantially drop the price of the DS and start giving out some free games as incentive to get it going through the market.
Nintendo President Satoru Iwata. So if you've seen any of the pictures of if the three big Japanese guys that run the company, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's a cool-looking old guy, Japanese. His name is Satoru Iwata. Told shareholders, I believe, on July 29th, that he'd be taking a 50% pay cut due to lackluster sales of the Nintendo DS, 3DS. It was not just Iwata who was taking a pay cut. Many other representative directors were taking 30% or 20%. Just to give some perspective, Satoru Iwata currently makes an equivalent of around $2 million fun dollars. And Miyamoto makes about 1.2. So they're 50%. That's $1 million fun dollars. Probably 100 million fun yen.
It's a lot to give away.
Yeah.
And I think
to
that's
give back to your company.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But then again, the Japanese are a lot better and care about the companies they work for.
Yes.
America, not so much.
Yeah.
We could care less about the companies we work for if we get paid, and that's a problem.
Well, it's in Japan they have an entirely different approach to their capitalistic methods. I don't know.
If the town's not having enough children, they send all the factory workers home to have children.
Yeah.
They do.
Well,
that.
it's almost like it's almost utilitarian how they handle everything, and it's cool. It's just incredibly different from what you would ever see here, but it's awesome as a way to boost the DS, because the DS, though I really wouldn't say its price was its main fault, I still think it's the fact that it really just does not have the library it needs.
It needs games.
It super needs games, but
Nintendo president listening to us.
Make games.
Make games. Make Nintendo
re-release
games.
Chrono Trigger again. I don't care. I will play Chrono Trigger in 3D. I will play that game as many times as you release it, but release some stuff.
Harvest Moon in 3D, I'd like that. But that's Natsume, that's not Nintendo.
Just go with your old strategy. Just keep re-releasing games.
Yeah.
But
it's like there's a Harvest Moon on every one of their
Exactly.
systems.
Yeah.
Why not this one?
How hard is it to make a new Harvest Moon game anyways?
This is probably take 15 minutes because you just added the same code you had on the GameCube.
Yeah, it'd just be a new location, like slightly different, and a slightly tweaked name. That's all you really need to do. But the best thing I think about this for Nintendo, I don't know if this is like the best as in like good for everybody, but is it's forcing PlayStation to have to consider cutting Vita's cost now. PlayStation has I don't think commented on it, but yeah, the Vita is under a lot of pressure now to be cheaper or to have.
The Vita was already fairly cheap.
It was, but I think
it was a lot cheaper than I thought it'd ever be.
It was $250 fun dollars.
The AT&T thing.
Yeah.
Just broke some stuff.
Well, that was probably I'd say their first big like flaw or whatever.
Well, people booed them at E3.
Yeah, because
that was the entire time through the entire presentation from Sony that I ever heard.
That's because Sony knocked it out of the ballpark for the most part, but then they just made one terrible business move through the whole thing.
And that's all people remember. People only remember.
We're good at that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Though I will say, I still think more people out there remember how bad Microsoft's was more than they remember that one thing from Sony.
Yeah.
Because Microsoft was horrible.
Hey, look, lightsaber on.
Check out our terrible, gimmicky little, like...
Literally, let's stand in front of a TV and wave our arms around like
Yeah.
we're fighting with a lightsaber. Or, just pick up an actual lightsaber made of plastic and beat someone's head open with it. I don't know. Don't do that.
Well, yeah, we can't condone violence.
Can't
but
condone violence.
I can guarantee you doing that would probably make you look like less of an idiot than trying to play their game.
Well, I mean, I stood in line for Star Wars, the episode 3, when it came out, and we had a gigantic lightsaber fight in the parking lot of the movie theater. I mean, I know a lot of people did, and I had actual welts from people hitting me with lightsabers so hard on my arms and legs.
And that probably still hurt less than the actual movie.
It wasn't that bad.
It's pretty bad.
No, not as bad as the first two.
Okay, I'm trying to remember right now. Which one was it, 1 or 2, when she says, "Oh, Anakin, hold me like you did on the moons of Naboo"? Because that's the worst line I've heard in anything, ever.
Natalie Portman's a fantastic actress.
She is, but that was the worst line I've heard in, like, anything.
George. Right in the movie, and your fanboys are going to dissect it, and you should have known this.
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Do we got anything to squeeze
hats.
in here? Oh, yes, hats.
Hats.
TF2 leading Valve's ridiculousness again.
Valve is extremely ridiculous, and we have 2 gigantic stories that pretty much epitomizes their ridiculousness. First of all, if you haven't played Team Fortress 2, it's free. Why haven't you played it?
It's a very good question.
Why haven't
it's
free?
awesome.
It's free.
Amazing.
You type it into Google. Wow, magic. You have Steam on your computer. Wow, magic. Team Fortress 2, free.
No,
it's free.
No, you have to have a game on your Steam account in order to play it. My friend found this out when he made his. You actually need something.
There's
on
a bunch
yours.
of other free games.
I know. Well, no, you have to have a paid-for game, I guess. You have to buy something through Steam.
We could have bought the Humble Indie Bundle.
You could have, actually. That would have been a great way to do it.
Now you would have Team Fortress.
Yes.
We could have shelled that.
We could have shelled that, but I mean... There's only so far we can think ahead in terms of our advertising for other people's companies. But, yes, what they're doing now is because TF2 has this thing with hats. They really like them. They really, really like them. Every update brings a new slew of just ridiculous hats for characters to wear.
Basically, your character who is blowing up stuff and doing crazy things gets a hat.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
it's normally funny, though. It's very funny.
There's some outrageous hats.
My Pyro Sombrero is the best thing I have traded for in that entire game. But it just... It's wacky, and I think it's what they're supposed to do. But now, because people get so obsessed with these hats...
I know people who only buy games... Other games made
so
by
they get
Valve
so they get TF2 hats.
Like
yeah.
I know people who've only bought Portal. The only reason they bought Portal
really?
and Portal 2, the only reason was to get the hats.
Okay, like I've heard that with Rift, but that was because Rift was bad.
I've
Portal
heard
2
a
is
lot,
great.
I've heard a lot of bad stuff about Rift too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. But what they've done now is if you have surplus games, like games that you bought as a gift and never gave them, or if you bought like the 4-pack of Left 4 Dead and you have an extra
like
one
9
left.
Left 4 Deads
Yeah.
in your account.
You can use those to trade people for in-game items in TF2 now.
So you can trade Left 4 Dead for a hat.
Yep.
A fake hat in a video game. You can trade a whole game. I would really love Left 4 Dead. I don't own it.
If you got a good hat, I'll trade it to you.
I got the Ghastly Gibbous, and it's pretty much all I have.
I have the one hat you can get basically automatically.
No, I got a couple of them. I don't know. I don't know how to trade.
Do you have the premium version yet? You can't trade yet.
There you go. Can't trade you.
Yeah. That's a bummer. Well, I don't know. Maybe you have access to
I got
this.
the Vintage Huntsman.
Whoa. Going crazy here. No,
But yeah, you can trade hats for games.
Which is
hats for games.
Yeah. And it's like, and yet, I don't know if I'm just brainwashed by Valve or what, but somehow this in-game auction place where you can trade real-world goods for a fake item doesn't make me angry like the auction house in Diablo 3 does.
Well, that's real money. Like, real money.
Yes, but this is the equivalent. Like, people would buy a game to trade.
That's true.
Yeah. As long as you buy it as a gift, you can use it for trades.
Yeah, but you can't farm these. You can't farm TF2 items. I mean, you can, but...
Technically you can, but yeah, it's pretty hard. And it would not be profitable because it takes a long time to get anything in that game. But, yeah, I guess I'm actually unknowingly justified. I'm not just totally brainwashed by Valve yet.
No,
I anticipate that being my future, though.
Here. And the other gigantic thing done by Valve is outrageous in its own sense.
The Dota?
Dota. Defense of the Ancients is a video game created by... I believe it was a Warcraft 3 mod originally.
Was it Warcraft 3? Are you sure? I think it was before that.
And StarCraft then.
Yeah, I think so.
It's either one of those two. They're both pretty much the same time period.
Yep.
And Dota 2 is going to be coming out. But what they're going to do is they're going to unveil Dota 2 with a gigantic $1 million tournament.
Yep, and they're going to stream it.
They picked the 16 best teams from the entire world. America is not involved because we suck at most video games professionally, and that just...
It's because all we play is shooters. We're pretty good at the shooters, though.
We are.
That,
we are, but we actually do lose at those now, too.
Well, yeah, I mean...
It just takes time for the other countries to, figure out how much we suck at online sports. Yeah, and most other sports in the Olympics and etc.
We're slowly losing all of the fronts.
Yeah,
we can still beat them in American football because no one else plays it.
There are 4 Chinese teams, 2 Dutch teams, 2 plain old European teams.
The Dutch have us beat.
Yep, 2 plain old European teams, 1 French team, a Singaporean team, a Malaysian team, a Philippine teams, a Thailand team, and a Ukraine team. There are more teams from Ukraine in the United States of America. You guys out there in the listening world
get better at
kick it up a
Dota.
notch.
Yeah, someone needs to go get good at Dota for me.
Well, I've seen really good American Dota players. These guys are probably really, really good. There's no Sweden or Norway.
There's a lot of countries that aren't on there.
Those guys got to be the Europe ones.
Yeah.
There's got to be like a Sweden and Norway because those countries play this game crazy. And that'd be August 17th through the 21st if you really love Dota, Defense of the Ancients, or any Valve games, or any Blizzard games, actually.
It'll be an interesting tournament, too, because this will be before everyone's discovered all of the exploits and all that that are initially in there.
They're literally seeing the game for the first time, playing for $1 million.
Yep, which is going to be cool. I think
that'll
really
actually
cool.
be fun to watch a little. I'm going to watch it. It's broadcast in Russian, German, English, and Chinese. So Valve is kicking it up a notch. Yeah, this is the first time anybody in the entire world will see this game, and they're doing a gigantic tournament with it. That's actually a really, really cool idea.
Yes.
You
what's
show your
the
game
date
off,
of it?
August
17th.
17th through the 21st.
Yes.
I don't know when the tournament's actually going to be, but I know they're going to have their big Gamescom, so it's huge. It's a huge convention that I really wish I could go to in Cologne, Germany.
Well, we're just about a minute over, so unless we have anything huge, which I don't think we do.
No, not really. There'll be the Windows version of the DLC for Black Ops will be coming out August 23rd.
Which is in space.
Yep.
Whoa.
It's zombies in space.
Craziness.
Yeah, don't try to question the fact that there's zombies, but question the fact that there's zombies in space.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they don't have to breathe. That works out.
Yeah. Anyway, that was pretty much all we got. You listened to 90 terabytes of alternative gaming. Thank you for listening. I know there's quite a few out there in the listening world listening to us. If you love us, like us on Facebook if you'd like to.
Let us know you exist.
We actually have quite a few people on Facebook that have liked our Facebook 90 terabytes of alternative gaming that we are not friends with, me and Taylor. So that is a huge accomplishment.
You get more than just our moms. Yeah.
Actually, I don't think my mom actually did like it. But I know
that's cold.
She does listen. She's
that's
listening
cold.
out there. I know. I love you, Mom.
Aww.
But yeah, you listen to 9 terabytes of alternative gaming. This is your host Q
and Taylor.
We hope you really loved our show. If you did, like us on Facebook, as I just mentioned. If you want to like us on Facebook, there's many things you could do. Once you do that, yell at us. Awesome things.
Become part of the show. Be our free writer if you want to.
Yes, you can come on our show if we like you enough, if you like us. That's pretty much it. We are going to play another song.
Just do the next one. That whole CD is awesome.
Hate Me Soon off the brand new album by
really
Yellow Ostrich, off their brand new album, The Mistress. Thanks for listening to 9 terabytes of alternative gaming. You're listening to 90 FM, your only alternative.
Parg Gaming.